Ladies and gentlemen, fundamental research on matter, fundamental. Well, last year, 2 new particles were discovered. The Majorana and the Higgs, as you all know. We'll hear much more about those tonight by Leo and Stan, who don't need any introduction. The F tonight seems to have been the symbol for food. We have had dinner together with 1,750 people at the same time, dispersed over 3 or more, I can't even see the horizon here, halls. Now that is a feat achieved by a large team, the chef and his team, and I think it is an extraordinary achievement. I think you want to join me in an applause for it. It is a great pleasure that tonight we've been joined by a number of special guests. I won't introduce all of them separately to you, but the guest of honor tonight is the Minister for Research, Staatssecretaris, Mr. Dekker. Mr. Dekker, it's a great honor and pleasure to have you here. You'll have an important role in the evening later on in a few minutes, and I should like to express a warm welcome to you. Then, at the tables here, there are many representatives from, well, what we'll call stakeholders in the field, CTOs from industry, representatives from the ministries of both research, education and culture, and economic affairs, universities, the chairman of NWO is here, representative from VNO, NCW. So, again, I won't go through the entire list, but you're all very welcome, and it is a great honor for us to have you here, and it is also very important for us that by being here, you express your interest in our work and the mutual interest we have to work together and to work constructive in this field where science and policy and industry meet, the golden triangle in modern words. A very warm welcome to all of you. Yet another meaning of the F. The F is for future. We are scientists, and what we do by definition deals with the future, because what we invent today will only be in the shelves in some time from now. As scientists, we are well versed in the extrapolation of also nonlinear curves towards the future, exponential growth, this type of thing, and we know that there is no such thing as sustained exponential growth for a period of time in a closed system. And yet, this is what the world is experiencing. It brings a special responsibility for us because we can see this happening and we have to provide solutions. So yes, we have fun, and yes, we like what we do as researchers, and yes, it is important that we have the freedom to follow our interests and instincts, but we do it for a reason. And the reason, to be blunt, is to try to achieve a better world for the next generations. It is the reason why FOM has decided in its strategic plan a few years ago to take up energy as a spearhead subject to do research on. The future, what we research today, will only be useful in the closer or further away future. The new generation, the next generation, will be faced with problems that we cannot foresee, but what we know for sure is that if we do not do the research now, they will be empty-handed when it comes to dealing with those problems. We have to do the research now. I'm very happy to say that the next generation that I was speaking about is also here today. On the 4th of September last year, in the Volkskrant, you might have seen an article about Thomas Merci, a then 10-year-old boy, a very special chap, with a passion for physics. So he is just completely fascinated by science and physics in particular. He dreams of being a physicist when he is a bit older. Yet when he was asked in the interview, what message would you like to pass on to the world, he said, stop making war. Now there's a perspective on science held in front of us by a 10-year-old boy that I find moving, and I'm very happy that Thomas and his mother are with us tonight. So a very well. Tonight is also the night when the 3 FOM Prizes will be awarded. And those are the Valorization Prize, the prize for the best thesis, and the prize for the best chapter on valorization in a thesis. And again, it's our great pleasure and honor that Minister Dekker has taken up the challenge to hand out those prizes tonight. So I should like to invite you to the floor. Yes, thank you. And I hand it over to you here.
Dank u wel. Mr. Lopez Cardoso, thank you very much. Wow. This really is a lot, and this is big. Ladies and gentlemen, in the summer of 2011, the leading Dutch news network, het NOS-journaal, announced that Eindhoven had been voted the smartest region in the world. And that includes Helmond too, a comedian Theo Maassen always adds, to give this recognition an even higher profile. But this region, Eindhoven, also includes Veldhoven. And if the survey was repeated today, here and now, I'm sure we would be off the scale. I mean, a gathering of nearly 2,000 physicists is virtually unheard of. So many clever people in one room. And I have to say, as a State Secretary of Science, I welcome the sight. It is lovely to see. Because our country needs technical experts like you. You are the creators of new technology, which forms an important basis for our knowledge economy. And thanks to scientific expertise, we can keep up pace with our competitors and rank ourselves amongst the 5 strongest economies in the world. But international competition is intensifying. It's becoming increasingly difficult to maintain and strengthen our global position. And we can only do that if we challenge ourselves and move up a gear. And to this end, it's also FOM's responsibility to ensure the research resources are allocated to the best researchers. And it's obviously up to the researchers to continue to surprise us with their high-quality work. And I would like to emphasize that. Continue to surprise us, because Dutch physicists have already a very impressive track record. My predecessor, Halbe Zijlstra, had only just been appointed State Secretary when he was off to Stockholm for the presentation of the Nobel Prize to André Geim. And André Geim continues the long tradition of excellence in physics, which started around the end of the 19th century in Leiden. It's been said before, but I'll say it again because it's something to be proud of. Our country, the Netherlands, has the highest number of Nobel Prize winners in physics per head of the population. It's something you can be proud of. According to many of those in the known, Leo Kouwenhoven and Stan Bentvelsen, in those two researchers, we have two more potential Dutch Nobel Prize winners in the midst. Like my predecessor, I hope to go to Stockholm at a certain moment as well. The former discovered the illustrious Majorana particle. The latter was closely involved in the discovery of Higgs boson. And the authoritative magazine Physics World put both discoveries amongst the top 10 scientific breakthroughs in 2012, which underlines the fact that this was a special year for physics, not only for the Netherlands, but also internationally. And that's a huge compliment to the Dutch scientific community. I would like to congratulate you on your spectacular exploits, and I hope that you will add many, many more. So far you've done extremely well, and the Netherlands is very proud of that, of course. Sadly, you never get to enjoy your success for long. Every specialist is only as good as his next project. This award presentation, though, is a perfect opportunity for us to take a moment here today to consider our success and to savor it. So, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the awards which are being presented today in the best FOM tradition. There are 3 awards. First, the FOM Physics Thesis Award of €10,000 presented to a young researcher. Second, the FOM Valorization Chapter Award of €5,000, which stimulates PhD students to dedicate a separate chapter in their thesis about the aspects of valorization. And third, the FOM Valorization Award of €250,000 presented to a researcher who is able to make his own research useful to society. What makes all laureates remarkable is that they not only undertake fundamental research, they also consider potential application of their pioneering new knowledge. Fundamental science and innovative application certainly don't need to be at odds with each other. In Latin we would say, quod erat demonstrandum. This is also demonstrated by the top sector policy, in which new networks of researchers are emerging at universities, in businesses, institutes, and social organizations. The work of the award winners underlines the fact that fundamental science is the basis for many economic and social innovations, and that there must always be room for free and unfettered research. That's also why this government, this new cabinet, has decided to invest in fundamental science. And I want the extra money, the extra researchers, to actually reach the best scientists and research groups through healthy competition. Because only then the top people will come to the fore, just like today's laureates. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the great honor of presenting the FOM Awards 2012, and I will start with the winner of the FOM Physics Thesis Award 2012. The jury considered his work to be an important step in the direction of a quantum computer. Not surprisingly, this laureate works together with Leo Kouwenhoven. His publication list is impressive, comprising 29 articles, and he has now been cited over 766, not over, he's been cited exactly 766 times. The jury also felt that his research clearly sets out how his findings can be applied in the future. And regular viewers of the American comedy series, The Big Bang Theory, will be familiar with his work because one of his pictures has actually been used in it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me announce the winner of the FOM Physics Thesis Award 2012, Anton Akhmirov. Van harte gefeliciteerd. Congratulations. I think this is the most important part. But I'm sure you're going to do many good things with this as well. And I would like to wish you good luck with your further research. And this is really an honor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Excellent.
I was extremely happy to hear that I won the prize. But the truth is that I won a much more important prize before that. This prize was being able to come to work at FOM in Leiden. I learned most of what it is to be a researcher from my supervisor, Carlo Benacker. And my research would also not be possible without active talking with my colleagues at Leiden and with my friends. And also, I wouldn't be able to carry it alone. I have worked a lot with many other people. I thank the jury for selecting me, but more than that, I thank every person with whom I worked. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second prize here tonight, the winner of the FOM Valorization Chapter Award, also finds much of his inspiration in concrete applications. It was he who said, and I quote, that fundamental science is best when it ultimately leads to an application. And it was very interesting and useful to think of that while writing my thesis, end quote. The jury presents this award for the chapter in his thesis in which the winner describes possible applications of optical nano antennas. The jury feels, and I quote again, that the laureate describes a wide range of applications for the scientific result, and that he has not only considered the potential for valorization, but has also actively begun to work on it, end quote. At the moment, he's involved with a startup in Pasadena, which develops new solar cells technology. Very important in our view on our future energy supply. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the FOM Valorization Chapter Award 2012, Ernst Jan Vasseur. Van harte gefeliciteerd. Hartstikke mooi. Kijk eens. Oh, deze is heel zwaar. Dus pas op.
Dank. Ja.
Excellent. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So, maybe not surprising, I work in industry now, but I still do read a lot of research papers, even PhD theses. So, valorization prize or not, valorization chapter in your thesis or not, your research might still find application. At the same time, I really enjoyed writing this chapter myself. I think it's very inspirational, and I'd like to thank FOM for providing this incentive to do so. I'd also like to thank FEI Company. It was great to be in the Industrial Partnership Program with them. Finally, I'd like to thank Albert Polman for being a great thesis advisor and also creating the very stimulating environment to do all this work. Thank you.
I think it's wonderful to see how research and business are exchanging ideas and how good businessmen can be educated and brought up in academia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. The winner of the FOM Valorization Award has also been awarded a European Research Council Advanced Grant. And he's now in the company of a select group of Dutch scientists, for we are doing extremely well in the European Research Council. Last week I attended the presentation of the 3000 European Research Grant, and I hope that there will be many more. The laureate previously has also won the Jacob Kistemaker Award. And today he receives the award, the FOM Award, for his groundbreaking research on surfaces and interfaces, for example, to enable applications in catalysis and friction reduction. Don't ask me what it is. The jury praises the ability of the award winner to combine fundamental research, technological developments, and the generation of new business in the market sector. And it is notable that his work with valorization is conducted in an environment where the emphasis is actually on curiosity-driven research. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the FOM Valorization Award 2012, Mr. Joost Frenken. Wow. Van harte gefeliciteerd. Congratulations. There it is. Oh, there you go. Ja, that's a heavy one. Dat is een zware. Maar voor op het bureau. Heb je hem? Fantastisch. There you go. And maybe you should also tell what you're going to do with the grant. People are probably curious.
Obviously, more research.
Yeah, more research.
Yeah. So obviously, this award is for a team effort, for which I'm indebted to the enthusiastic members of my research team in Leiden, and also to the Leiden Institute of Physics, with their wonderful support groups in mechanical and electronic engineering, and also to the industrial partners with which we have been collaborating over the years. It has been a true privilege to combine FOM, so fundamental research on matter, with subjects that have an application potential. And I think really this applies to all of us, because if you integrate over the years, I think about everything that we are doing here will be applied 50 years from now. In fact, you can do that calculation backwards, 50 years from now backwards. Almost everything that's been done more than 50 years ago has been applied now. So in fact, we're all in the business of valorization. Nevertheless, I think it's very inspiring to have a look at the stuff that you're doing yourself with a view of more rapid valorization. You might get sort of impatient and want to do it right now. So in fact, I'd like to pronounce an invitation to especially the younger generation to cast that view upon your PhD work and your postdoctoral research projects. And who knows, maybe very soon you'll be here to collect a very wonderful prize. Thank you very much.
Dichter bij elkaar, zo ja, zo. Ja. Fantastisch. Wat dan?